One of the most important things being an athlete taught me about life is this: I have influence and 100% responsibility for my outcomes. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. And this belief and mindset shapes everything I do and how I handle disappointment. And this took root as a kid. When I was growing up, I was a decent athlete, but I would say I was much more competitive than I was talented. And when I didn't win at something, I would get so mad at myself. I would make up excuses and complain. And when I was about 10 years old, I can remember I'm on my way home from a basketball tournament feeling disappointed. I had tears in my eyes because I felt like I missed every shot. I was hurting my team more than I was helping them. And I knew I was capable of so much more. And to make matters worse, I had to ride home with my coach, who was also my dad. And as the coach's kid, you have way more pressure to deal with. He held me to a higher standard than the rest of the team. And most of the ride, I kept my head down to avoid any angry glares from the rear view mirror. And I get home, I kick my shoes off, and I drop on the couch to watch some TV, which, TV was my distraction, my escape. And an hour goes by, and my dad comes up to me to talk about the games. And he says, "Chris, if you don't like where you're at, then do something about it. Do something about it." Have you ever had like a light bulb moment where all of a sudden you are enlightened and you wonder how you live without this information? Well, this was that moment for me. It clicked. Why I feel sorry for myself when I am not willing to do anything to change. If I want to get better results, I have to get better. I have to accept responsibility for where I'm at and where I want to go. I have to stop wishing things were different and start making a difference. This was the moment for me when I started to take 100% responsibility for my life. It was very empowering. And when I first saw how crucial this belief was when I dealt with my spinal cord injury. Despite my worst nightmare coming true, I knew I was responsible for where my life would go from there. I worked on what I could do. First, it was regaining my neck range of motion so I could nod my head yes and no. I spent hours nodding my head like a life-size bobblehead. And once I was able to shrug my left shoulder, I shrugged it nonstop. I took responsibility for what I could control. I believed I had a lot of influence over my recovery. And because I believed I held the key to my future, I was empowered to make an effort. The more influence and responsibility you accept, the more resilient you become. Resilience is the natural outcome of taking responsibility for your life. So carefully analyze whether you're quick to blame and make excuses, and do you believe you hold the key to your future? Because the more ownership you take, the more empowered you'll be. Take care.